Well, unfortunately, harvest is running a little behind in Bixby as well as the rest of Oklahoma this year, so we can't bring you any current video of pecan harvest. However, a few years ago we went down to Luther, Oklahoma to Gordon Couch's orchard to look at how they machine harvest pecans, and believe me, it's a fascinating process. If you've ever had a chance to watch pecan harvest, it's a real treat. Pecan growing happens to be one of the most mechanized horticulture crops that we grow in Oklahoma, and the machinery itself is fascinating. After a pecan grower has a crop that looks like it's going to be a good one for harvest, they go through and clean up the orchard floor. They'll rake up any fallen limbs and make sure it's a smooth surface. And then the next step is mounted on the back or the front of a tractor. They'll have a special arm that fits around the trunk of the tree, and it shakes the tree tremendously so that the pecans rain down. And the tractors usually have to have a roof on them because it also rains down a lot of limbs or dead limbs that are in the pecan trees. But the nuts rain down onto the ground after the shaker has shaken the tree. And this is something that can only be done in the dormant season. Well, after they're shaken down, then a nut harvester goes around kind of like a street sweeper and picks the pecans up, and they tumble around in there and are offloaded into burlap sacks or into trucks, and then they go to a shed where they go through a pecan cleaner. And there's usually a pre-cleaner that blows away any sticks or shucks or nuts that have stick tights on them, and then they go through a process of sorting according to size and quality, and the nuts actually go across a conveyor belt in the pecan shed, and people take a look at them and pick out the ones that aren't suitable for sacking up. Now, once the nuts are sorted according to size and quality, they again are sacked up, and sometimes they use great big super sacks that are made of a poly fiber. Otherwise, they use burlap sacks that are traditionally what's used to sack up pecans. And then they're taken to the retail room where they can be run through a pecan cracking machine. And the natives have to go through a certain machine size for them, and the paper shells go through another one, and then they're ready for sale. Pecans, if they're not cracked, have to be stored in cold storage, and there are huge warehouses that are kept at freezing where you'll find burlap sacks of pecans, sometimes stacked all the way to the ceiling. So again, it's a very mechanized process, but quality control is of utmost importance, because if you're going to ship out Oklahoma pecans worldwide, as our pecan growers do, you want to make sure that quality is maintained at all times. Next, we want to show you some of the challenges pecan growers face in getting a decent crop to market. And then Barbara Brown is going to give you some tips on cooking and storing Oklahoma pecans.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.